All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got Bradley with us and I am Cody, and this is going to be number one of the new segment here on the channel where we're going to be reviewing everything and anything down to monster trucks. That's right, I said it, monster trucks. If anybody will let us drive one or have one, big trucks are always going to be fun. We want going to be doing anything. If you have any vehicles at all that you would like to, wouldn't mind us driving around, performance, so on and so forth, regular plain Jane car that's just unique in any way, or you know, we're just trying to get, you know, review some cars, drive some cars, and let you know what we think about them.
I also encourage people who like to buy new vehicles because people like to have that new consumer review for sure.
Certainly.
I mean, even if it's, I don't know, a new Impala or something, I don't care. Well, I'll rock that for a second.
Right on. A new Impala would be cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Everything and anything we're looking for, and it's for fun content, new. It's just a experimental phase right now, so I know that we have a friend of Bradley's that said that we could go out and we could drive her Range Rover.
Yes, Range Rover.
Evoque or something, whatever.
Something like that. Some crazy professional pro plus exec, I don't know. It's like, it's a pretty nice packaged one, but very nice option vehicle. So and she said we're able to do some off-roading on it.
That's right, she did. So we'll be able to show you what kind of vehicles those really are and what they can, you know, what they can do. Like how is a daily drive? How does it do on the roads? Is there any weird noises? And then we'll be able to tell you if it can, you know, climb boulders. So it's stuff like that we're gonna really have a lot of fun with. So I hope you guys are enjoying all this new content, and we're actually meeting up with one of our buddies. We can talk a little bit, maybe throw another little video out here later on. Meeting up with one of the two Z's. We're going to be reviewing two different Z's on the channel here within the upcoming weeks. We have our one buddy who has they're both 14s, right?
Yeah, I think they both are. And one is pretty much a base model auto. The other one is a Nismo, like totally other side of the spectrum.
And it's completely, they both went with the same kind of, you know, mid-pipe test pipes, so they're both cat bladed. They both have no mufflers. They're pretty much the same car, except one's a Nismo and stick, and the other one is a base model and automatic.
Automatic, yeah.
So it's going to be one of those, you know, weird, but it's going to be really cool to show you like the same exact mods between a Nismo and a base model, and basically how they respond, how they're going to drive.
Yep, and they didn't really do any engine mods other than just the exhaust, you know, so it's going to be, you know, an apples per apples comparison.
Sorry, I almost missed the turn there, guys.
So we're on to the Subaru. We are now in a 2015 Subaru WRX STI, and let me tell you, these some kids dream of these cars. Actually, they're you know, the rally inspired. It's one thing that I'm really comfortable with. Subarus have been something I've been driving for a while. I used to own a Legacy GT. Pretty good sleeper, actually. It basically had a WRX motor in it, but it was like a family sedan with nothing that showed that it was powerful, except for maybe a little hood scoop on it. That's what the Legacy GTs had. Yep. But yeah, it was definitely a nice sleeper. I had a Cobb on it, and it was nice. But this is the STI version, so it's the you know, definitely a little bit more modified, and well, not really modified, but like they definitely did something a little special to it from the factory, for sure. That's
for sure. And this is the launch edition, so this has got your World Rally Blue and the gold wheels from the factory. It's got a little more aggressive of a front end on it. It has a little bit more aggressive of the side skirts on it. So it does have a little more pop than your standard run-of-the-mill STI, but so far, you know, we're out here just cruising around, and we'll give you a little bit of how we feel that the SI drive works, because if anybody who knows Subaru, that the STIs have the SI drive. So it's this little knob here in the center console, and when we get back to Bradley's and we have time to pull the camera and show you, I'll show you what it looks like actually down here. But I mean, people who are Subaru guys, you know, they already know, oh yeah, SI drive. So basically we have intelligence mode, we have sport and sport sharp. So basically what it'll do is it'll change the power output or the boost output. So then you got 3 different power ranges and 3 different, you know, responsive modes. And everybody is like, oh, well, it's just like throttle response. From having one previously, I had a 2013 STI. Even from these newer ones feel like they got a little more spunk to it when you throw it in the sport sharp. So what we'll do here is we'll cut down here to 2nd gear and we'll do a little bit of a test here real quick.
And we're in
intelligence right now.
So yeah.
So we're in intelligence mode right now. So we're gonna break it down here to 2nd gear and we're gonna let her give her a little rip ski here. So we're at 3 grand and okay. Alright, 2nd and 3rd gear. It does feel very strong. You know, it's not quite the rally speed. You can feel it pull a little bit, but we're gonna put it up into sport here now, and then we're gonna get our reaction here to it.
Yep.
So we're going to give her a nice little rip here again.
We'll get her down in a second. A comfortable RPM too.
Yep. We'll go down to about, you know, 25, 2 grand, and we'll see what she can do. All right. So we're in sport mode here. Got a car coming up on us, so we'll probably just roll out of like, I don't know. So
25-ish.
Yep. So we're here at 25, and we are in sport mode now. Foot to the floor. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I feel when you get onto it after the shift, man, it's a lot more brutal too.
Yep. Oh yeah. You can feel a lot more roughness. You can really feel it when you throw it in the 3rd gear, and you can really feel it almost buck you back.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as refined. It feels raw and like, yeah. I guess that's rally inspiration, right?
Rally inspired, yes.
Yeah. Now now you're gonna do Sport Plus.
Yep, we're gonna do Sport Plus after what? There's a turn up here.
There is a turn up here. That would be the place to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. So
this is the turn that Cody shit his pants.
Yes, from the Scat Pack review, as you can tell, this is going to be the turn coming up that we'll
do it here. It's a Subaru, it's just going to stick. So,
right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do it from 2,500 again.
Yep,
2nd gear, sport sharp.
Yep.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's even more brutal.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a brutal acceleration.
All right, so now for the cruising rest of the road test, we're just going to put it back in intelligence, just so.
So yeah, this is basically, you can live with this car every day. It's a daily. Like you can daily this so easy. There's no problem. I do feel the suspension is, you know, a little stiff. Like it's not terrible though. It's
Yeah, and I mean, for a stock suspension, it is stiffer than others, but they're the STI. The WRX and the STI more so, is really kind of like a buy it and drive it kind of car.
Right. Yep. And kind of how Subaru intended it, actually. I mean, you buy an STI because you want the power, you know what I mean? And you drive it, you drive it as it is. There's a lot of people that will modify these, but I personally, I don't know. Subaru, what have you done with these cars over the past few years? You know, they haven't exactly been, I don't want to say unreliable, but we do know some ringling issues, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Slightly lean tunes they put on them, so a little rougher. Definitely twisty turny.
Oh yeah. As you can see from the footage, I mean, I'm not gonna say how fast we were going, but it was a good number for turns like that.
Oh yeah, and I don't discredit Subaru for performance at all. I just you know, I think emissions ruin Subaru.
It does.
Because,
I agree.
Because like they're trying to keep within those sources to not hit those gas tax. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they run lean in order to hit a certain, you know, EPA rating. You know what I mean?
Certainly.
And then, you know, I'd much rather run slightly rich than lean, but like you don't want to run rich.
When you lean it out too much, then which is one of the big reasons why you see a lot of ringland failures.
Yeah.
So
because believe it or not, this very car had an engine replacement.
It has had an engine replacement. Now the dealership said that it was still under warranty, so they were just kind of like, yeah, since it was still under warranty, it was just something we wanted to do to keep the car fresh.
Yeah, we can actually switch here and go back the other way, and that's how we can do it if you want.
Yep, we can do that. So that was my intentions on it. But anyway, we're gonna switch up now, and then I'm gonna finish my thought here. Yeah, the ringland failure. So I mean, I understand the fact that they want to keep these cars, you know, fuel economic, stuff like that, and you know, keep it in the best regards of the EPA, try not to put too much exhaust fumes out there, burn too much gas off. But when you're leaning it out to the point where it's, you know, literally messing with the integrity of the motor, you would think that they would, you know, try to make it a little more reliable from the factory. Because they should know as well, when you put the STI badge on it and you put those claims out there of what they're claiming that this car can do and will do, they have to know that people are going to go out there and beat the brakes off these things. So they need to, even if it's, you know, throwing a different part in the motor. I mean, these EJ257s, sorry about that, the EJ257s that these cars come stock with, and as far as the motor goes, I mean, everybody and their mother knows that they all come with a ringland problem. So,
and it's a shame, because like there are other competitors out there that have a much better integral motor that puts out just as much power as this car. You know what I mean? I think some of the Audis are within this range. You know what I mean? I'm not sure which. Maybe
the A4 is going to be more comparable to like WRX power when you got 265 to the motor.
Yeah.
Where these ones are 305.
And the Quattro.
Yep.
So it's like all-wheel drive.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, Audi is another one of those manufacturers that I mean, and the motors are just you know, they're a little bit better quality. So.
Yeah, I mean, they had their issues. Like, I'm not biased to any car manufacturer. There really is no reason to be. I think it's slightly, I don't know, kind of simple-minded, because you do know, like, every auto manufacturer has had their good years and their bad years. And I love Subaru, and the nice thing about Subaru is really not a lot has changed in the engine and platforms they've used.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they've been using the 257 in the STI since they came out with the car.
Yeah.
They've just been, you know, putting a little bit of refinement in some of the parts that they put in, which, I mean, I feel like some of them have gone downhill, because I know that some of the earlier models, our friend that you've seen in a lot of my earlier videos, Tristan, he has, well, he has a WRX, but it has a 257 in it, and he literally beat the brakes off that thing and never had any problems with the motor, and, you know, it ran fine, and he even ran it low on oil for a solid long time.
Yeah, and that's when, as the years came by, the EPA restrictions come, and as that comes by, you start throwing different stuff and to accommodate to that, because obviously that 10 years ago or 20 years ago is way different than today. So, you know,
certainly.
There, we could give her a little throttle here. So yeah, the throttle response. It's pretty amazing. We're probably in intelligent right now, so, you know, I don't have high expectations, but yeah, she corners really well. I actually feel a lot more confident in this than the Scat Pack, believe it or not. I don't feel like I'm throwing 4,000 or 5,000 pounds around. I feel like I'm really planted. I'm not afraid of the ascent stepping out, because I have so much power in the back. This is like very, very nice to drive. I actually like the I don't even want to give her throttle. I actually just want to like sweep through these corners. You know what I mean? Like just sweep right through.
Yeah, because the sensation of driving this car is second to none. For anybody who has never driven an STI of any model, I mean, like I said, I used to have a 2013, and this is the 2015. This is right as they made the next change in the body style. So yeah, there's not much different between the cars. I mean, it honestly feels like it handles a little bit better. I feel like they shaved a little more out of some spots that they were able to, and it just feels much like it's a complete car. It's a complete driver's car. You feel confident. It's fun to drive. It handles well in the corners. I mean, it's not fast by any means. It's quick from a stop, and you know, it's fun to drive. I mean, I'm trying to think of other words to say other than that, but it's, you know, it's fun to drive. It's got power where you want it, and it's not too fast. It's not enough to scare somebody.
Right. One thing I noticed, the shifter is notchy. It's hard to like just throw through your gears sometimes because you almost hit like a wall when you go to slip into the next one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's so notchy. And you got to be careful. I actually, you know, right there, when I went from my 3/4 shift, you know, I almost didn't hit fourth. You know what I mean? So here's 3. Yeah, you have to really like pull it in there. But it's fine. I mean, you will forgive that in this car. You're gonna forgive that for sure.
Oh, sir.
There's no reason to hate it. And it's really kind of a momentum car too. Like if you're carving through like a canyon or a mountain or whatever, you know, it will get up and go, but it to sweep through the corners and stuff, you can keep a lot of momentum with this car, and that's really what it needs, you know. And that's kind of how Rally was inspired. It was momentum, you know, momentum through that corner, and you want to keep it going, you know what I mean? Just freaking, you don't want to stop up. That's why Rally people go sideways, because they don't want to stop up. They want to just be like, all right, here's the next corner, and they just like fly in, and you know,
they got the momentum up, and they need to keep going, you know.
Yeah, and they're
trying to get the fastest times to go out and around, and you know, that's all it is a lot of it's time attack kind of stuff. So
yeah, is what it is. And you know, I'm fine with that. This is a totally different car, totally different animal,
and it's fun. Like, I just can't stress it enough that this car is amazing to drive. It is so much fun.
It is. I put a smile on my face. I'm smiling right now.
Now it puts a whole different kind of smile on your face when from this to the Scat Pack.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's definitely, you know, not a...
There we go. Get her sideways a little bit there. Now everybody needs to get a little bit of a Rally taste of life and things here, so it makes me smile. It does. Like, right. It's fun. It just hugs the turns. I mean,
I feel confident doing that. Like, I didn't, it was fun. Like, I just literally didn't take much either, man. You just sweep through, no problem.
Banging turns, man. Dropping gears and disappear.
Yep. Yeah, trust me though. To go sideways in an all-wheel drive car is not an easy task when you're low on power. That just goes to show that this thing does have some juice to it. Yes. You know what I mean?
And that's only intelligence. And so I mean, he's lower. He's running a lower boost level than what it would in Sport Sharp. So, but yeah. And that's one of the things I think is cool about these vehicles, and just like something that really blows my mind. That I literally got a dial here within the SI drive that I can change 3 different boost settings with a flip of a switch. So, it is very, very, very cool and very interesting.
Very tight gears I threw from.
Right, and we're gonna change that. We're gonna get the Cobb short throw and new bushings for it, so that should help with some of the notchiness and make it a lot smoother going for the shifter. Yeah. So with that being said, right before we end off, since this is my vehicle, I know one question is going to be asked: when are we going to start modifying this vehicle? Answer is, as soon as possible. Everybody knows that I just took the Scat Pack to the garage for the Supercharger install. I had to drop a lot of money to get that installed and lots of money on those parts. So, I mean, once we get a better idea on what we have to work with, and actually we might have to go ahead and order some goodies tonight. But we are going to be getting started on that process very, very soon. The one thing that I do want to do and do want to correct as soon as possible is what Bradley said in the notchiness of the gearbox. I mean, I've driven one for a long time with a stock shifter in it, and I've been driving this one for almost, you know, about a little over a month now with a stock shifter in it. And it's tough, it's annoying, it's, you know, it drives me up a wall. So that is going to be one of the first things to be going into, just for the fact that it's going to be a lot more comfortable to drive and a lot easier. So just going to be throwing in one of those things right into the wrench. So we'll get a Cobb short throw shifter, and then we're going to start playing with the power goodies.
Yes, and I keep telling Cody, intake, Cobb, exhaust.
Yep. So
three of the most amazing things you could ever do to a Subaru.
I've got the catless downpipe, a nameless catless downpipe at my house currently. We're gonna go with a nameless catback muffler delete exhaust.
Sorry. So exciting.
Bradley, you know, engraved that into my brain that this is what we were gonna do with the vehicle. So
It's gonna be nice.
I really didn't know much about nameless, but then he said, check this exhaust out. I've researched on YouTube, went through some clips, and yeah, dude, I mean, it is legit. It has got a heck of a sound. So it's going to be so much fun and very interesting. So that, and then we're going to be getting an air intake. We're going to be getting, I'm looking at the Tomei headers just to save some money on the build, because this is going to be the daily driver. I'm not going to try to spend a whole ton of money. I'm going to try to keep it, you know, cheaper if possible. So we're going to be getting rocking and rolling on some of these mods, and it's going to be very, very exciting.
Yep. So I guess we can start showing.
Yep.
A little bit of the interior goodies.
We're going to grab you off of here. So basically what we have, we'll give you a quick shot around here at the interior.
I even supplement a little bit of light.
Yep, so you can see what we got going here. It does have all the carbon fiber accents in here, and this is all stock. I mean, this, with the launch edition, you get all sorts of craziness. Even down here, STI, this is all carbon fiber. Here's that gross shifter.
That's illuminated.
Yep, yeah, it is illuminated STI. And then down here is what we were talking about, the SI drive. So you press it down, intelligent, sport, sharp. So it is, you know, turn of a button, I'm driving, and, you know, some kid drives up on me and says, hey, let's race, or he drops a gear and starts trying to disappear. No, all we do is hit it over into sport, sharp, downshift in the third, and away we go. So it's going to be awesome. And then once I go down to the tuner, we're probably going to have this tuned for a couple different boost settings or a couple different power settings. We're going to fine tune each and every single one of these little knobs, and I don't care how much it's going to take. I'm going to pay for it to have it, because it's going to be a daily driver. So when I want to race and beat the heck out of it, I want to be able to turn it to sport sharp and say, all right, let's go, away we are. And then I want to be able to be like, all right, well, we're going to go on a nice casual cruise down the back roads, but still want to have fun. We're putting in sport, and that's daily driving, put it in intelligent. And then what this is the C-Diff Control. So you can actually control the differentials in these cars. This one, I'm still figuring it out, because the 13 STI, it was a little more easier to differentiate what exactly your modes were doing. So you can see up in the dash, in the gauge cluster there in the middle, where it says auto with the plus and the minus. So that's where I press the C-Diff button here. So I can go dominantly forward powered, dominantly rear powered, and then I can press auto, and then I can go anywhere in between. But this is the part where I am a little confused, because I don't know, with the 13 STI, basically what I could do is I could go that little adjustable map there where I had about 5 clicks up. I had that in both directions, so I could go 80-20 in either direction. If I wanted 80 in the back, 20 to the rear, or 80 in the rear, or, you know, 20 in the back, or anywhere in between. you could really make those fine-tune adjustments for, you know, the surface you're running on, so on and so forth. So it is interesting. I love the idea behind it, and it's just another one of those things that really makes an STI an STI. You have so much fine-tuning and refinement you can do in these vehicles, and with that being said, it is really just like an amazing wonder within the, you know, the car community, and really what they are and what they can be. So we're going to start sitting here, and we're going to pretty much wrap it up here a little bit, and we're going to get rolling. So Bradley, we got another one under the belt.
Yep. Thank you.
No problem, buddy.
Pleasure.
Yes, sir. Every single time. So you're going to be seeing a lot of us. We're going to be doing all the car reviews we can, bringing you all the car content and know-how, and, you know, we'll even get Bradley down here with us when we start getting into the shop with the Subaru, start building some stuff, and some other projects like Trent Z that we did. We'll start incorporating Bradley in some of this stuff, so then he gets to have fun with us too.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
So, you know, all car content all the time. So basically, we're going to roll out. This is all the time we have for now. So hit in the comments down below, what do you think of the STI, and throw out some input. See what you guys think. What should we do to this car? You know, it's always wanted to be one of those things that I wanted to do, that, like, you know, input is always fun. What would you really like me to see? Would you like to see me throw a bigger turbo on this car?
That sounds fun.
Would we like to build this motor? So far, so forth. Just let us know what you think. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, Cody and/or SpeedFreak570, and then we have my boy Bradley.
Yep.
We're heading out. Enjoy the rest of your night. See ya.